what's up? Man, I just got done watching on Netflix the documentary, aka Charlie Sheen. And yo, those that know me personally, they can tell you, I am a documentary junkie. I absolutely love documentaries. And Charlie Sheen, hey, he's been in my life my whole entire life. I remember being a kid and my mom and dad took me to see Platoon, a hardcore rated R movie about the war. And, my parents took me to see rated R movies when they were like based on facts or historical events, and it was a life-changing experience. And I remember Charlie Sheen, William Dafoe. I'm like, man, these guys can act. Later on cable, I seen Ferris Bueller's Days Off, and I knew who Charlie Sheen was. He was a good-looking white dude. He can act, and he seemed real cool. He seemed like the type of white dude that his best friend is probably black in real life. Well, ladies and gentlemen, his best friend, Tony Todd, not that Tony Todd, but his best friend growing up in his childhood, went to high school with, was a black dude. Charlie just had that regal about him that, I'm cool. He helped you get laid. If you had money, his money is your money. Take my car. There's a famous story about Chris Tucker. He borrowed Charlie Sheen's brand new car. And Charlie said, yeah, here's the keys, take it. He had it for so long, he thought it was his. And Charlie Sheen asked for it back. He's like, oh yeah, man, my bad. I got used to it. He's that type of cool. But his father, Martin Sheen, was in Apocalypse Now. And he used to have his kids on the set of the movie, him, little Emilio. Interesting, their birth names, because he went by Charlie Estevez, but he chose to use Charlie Sheen. He thought it'd be better for Hollywood. Look, this kid did not even graduate from high school. He didn't even get his GED. Pretty good in sports, but when your dad's a movie star, you get special privileges in life. That's just the way it is. So he took the back door in to Hollywood and got in on his good looks and talent. The dude can act. And, he got famous overnight after Platoon. It won Best Picture at the Oscars. So his life went from here to here in seconds. That's how Hollywood works. And he started partying, hanging out with the elite. His childhood friend, Sean Penn, was in on the documentary. A lot of people were. Denise Richards. The two people who did not show up for this documentary is his little brother, Emilio, and his dad, Martin. They didn't want nothing to do with this documentary. Understood. It's personal stuff. But once you make it in Hollywood, what's next? You party in Hollywood with the Hollywood elite. He was going to all these parties. He started drinking, doing drugs. Then he met Nicolas Cage at a party. And them two became homies, professional homies, drug homies, party homies. And that was the beginning of the decline in his life. Dude did cocaine, snorted it, ended up shooting it up later on in life, started doing crack. Dude is infamous. His stories are all over the Hollywood news. Dude crashed out, had to go to rehab. Dude went to jail, married multiple times, but he was always likable. He kept reinventing himself. When he was young, him and his dad did a celebrity basketball game against Michael Jordan. He had a personal relationship with Michael Jordan, his favorite player. When he was in rehab, he watched Game 6 of the NBA Finals when Michael hit that last shot to go into retirement. He loved the dude. And his dad and himself could hit free throws. Better so than Michael Jordan. But yeah, man, everybody who talks about Charlie Sheen loves him. They said he's a good guy, has a good heart. Was he misguided? Maybe. But when you're born into stardom, a little bit of wealth, you're just a different class of a human. That's just the way it is. Some people can wear it as a badge of honor. Some people abuse it. And the powers that be allow you to abuse it until you get yourself in trouble. But dude did everything under the sun. Okay, he used to come to the set drunk, half sleep, couldn't stay awake, couldn't keep his eyes open. Directors would get frustrated with him. He said, look. He told one director, let me go to the bathroom, give me a bucket of ice, and I'm gonna wake myself up. So you're thinking ice water, put on your face. No, this dude stuck an ice cube up his ass, came back to the set and finished with no problem. Eyes was wide open. I wonder why. You go from this to there's ice in my butthole. Charlie is a fool, man. Yeah. If you ever get tired, well, you know what to do to stay awake while you're at work. Yeah, man, this documentary I couldn't wait to see because his life is fascinating. He's done some of my favorite movies, Hot Shots and stuff like that. Dude got mad talent and he's pretty funny, At this stage of my life, I really wasn't into sitcoms. And but I do remember hearing about Charlie Sheen making a big comeback on the show called 2.5 Men. Never interested me at all. Then years later, I caught it in syndication. It would come on every night, like around 11:30 after the news. And I was like, man, this was cool. I used to watch it every night before I go to bed. And I'm like, man, good for Charlie. He reinvented himself. He's dating the finest girl in Hollywood, Denise Richards, the girl from Starship Troopers and that Bond movie. They ended up getting married. Looked like the perfect Ken and Barbie Hollywood couple. I was happy for him, but everything that glitters ain't always gold, and all good things come to an end. But man, this documentary was deep, and everything you heard, all the rumors are true. When you're doing cocaine, sexual tendencies tend to happen and you're not satisfied. Let alone that, when you start doing crack cocaine, sometimes the reverse happens for people. Some people become impudent. Some people become rock steady. And that was Charlie Sheen. So yeah, the stories about him having all these sexcapades with porn stars and everything are true. Getting HIV. Man, the dude went through a lot. It's crazy. But he's still here. He's able to tell his story. And it takes guts to get butt naked on film and talk about everything. Even back in the day, the whole thing with the call girls, Heidi Fleiss, all that stuff, how he pretty much was pressed into ratting her out. She did prison time, tore down an empire. Yeah, Charlie did all of that. But check it out for yourself. Currently on Netflix, aka Charlie Sheen. A hell of a documentary. Peace. You know the routine. Fade to black.